Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only AI Legends, and yeah, guys, today I am back with the next part of What if Naruto was the Legendary Conqueror? Well, guys, in this series, Naruto is going to, you can say, challenge Hokage for the title of Hokage, and after that, he's going to, you can say, if he were to win, will, you can say, rule Konoha as an emperor, not as a Hokage, and then he will, you can say, conquer other nations by becoming super OP. And yeah, guys, in this series, Naruto does have the rinnegan and control over Kurama's chakra. So I hope that you guys will enjoy this series as let's see. And yeah, guys, before starting this video, I would like to thank all of you guys for the support you guys have been showing me in, you can say, last year. I'm a YouTuber, so I hope to reach 10k as quick as possible. I have already reached 8.5k, though in the beginning I did not care about the subscribers, but I think that it should be good. Though if I would have, you can say, struggled a little, I would have already reached 10k, but still, yeah, who knows. So yeah, guys, if you guys are new to this channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It will really help me a lot as I want to reach 10k as quick as possible. So yeah, guys, please subscribe. And yeah, guys, I have an Instagram page known by the name of AI Legends 1234. If you guys do not have not follow me on Instagram, please do so. It will definitely help me as well as you guys. So without any further ado, let us start our video. Last time we left off as we saw that how Naruto, you can say, was treated in the village not as a, you can say, monster, as a demon, anything like that, but on the contrary, he was praised as a hero, son of a hero, and a hero himself when Hiruzen announces that Naruto is the son of fourth Hokage. Though several assassination attempts were happened on Naruto from Iwa as well as Kumo, but in the end of the day, there were several Ambus and many shinobi who were loyal to Konoha, protecting Naruto. As Naruto, in the end of the day, was able to activate his rinnegan when a Iwa shinobi was about to kill him off, or you can say Naruto was able to activate his rinnegan and completely obliterated him. After that, all the Konoha were in utter awe as Naruto had the legendary rinnegan. Though Danzo wanted it under the rinnegan for himself, but still he knew that all the shinobis of Konoha, on top of it, Hiruzen's Ambu, were taking care of Naruto. Even though when he spread the rumors that Naruto is the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, it does not matter to many people, though some people were still angry, but still. As Naruto was a genius among geniuses because how he was actually raised, all the shinobis actually helping him and those type of thing. Though it was way too much for Naruto because it does damage his mind a little after all. So many expectations, being the son of a hero, so people were expecting him to be great, though he had to work a lot harder. After that, Naruto became, you can say, the rookie of the year and came into the team of Kakashi. So let us start our video from here on when Naruto challenges Hokage for the title of the ruler of Konoha as Shiruzen was standing in front of Naruto in an open field as all the, you can say, Konoha shinobi civilians and elders and, you can say, council was there, as shinobi council was wondering how this match is actually going to be, while on the other hand civilian council were making plans if Naruto were to win, how they can use him for their own advantage, because there are many, you can say, less people in civilian council who are on the side of Naruto, mostly wanted to get, you can say, take advantage of the little kid if he ever become Hokage, so that they can gain even more power in Konoha, but it will not, you can say, matter. As Hiruzen looked towards Naruto, well, Naruto-kun, it is going to be the last chance I'm going to give you. Please back off from this challenge. You and I both know that you cannot win this battle. As Naruto simply chuckled at that. Well, Lord Third, I will admit that you are strong. Possibly the strongest shinobi in Konoha at the moment, but you are definitely underestimating me. And if I were to show that I'm not going to win, then I would have not challenged you to begin with. The one who is not going to win is you, Lord Third. As Third Hokage looked towards Naruto, as he smiled a little after seeing the confidence but frowned after seeing, you can say, arrogance of this kid, but he simply shook his head. Well, Naruto-kun, I did give you an opportunity. You do know that what will happen if you were to lose, right? As Naruto simply nodded at that, and I am fully prepared for that. But don't worry about it, Lord Third, because I am not going to lose here. So, are you ready? As Hiruzen sighed, as he did not want to do this, he did not want to put the son of his successor down, but still, he had to do it. After all, he is the Hokage, and he cannot let the position go to a kid, not just yet. As he simply shook his head. As then, Kakashi landed between both of them. Well, I'm going to be the proctor of this match. Do you guys have any objection? As both of them simply shook their head. As Kakashi simply nodded at that, as then he looked towards Naruto, as he saw the confident look in the eyes of Naruto, as he simply sighed at that, wondering how this battle is actually going to be. As he simply shook his head. Alright, people of Konoha Gakure, as everyone was listening to Kakashi, this battle is going to be a duel between Lord Third, Hiruzen Sarutobi, and Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki, the son of fourth Hokage, as this is going to be a duel for the title of the Hokage, as Naruto Namikaze has challenged Lord Third under the laws of Konoha for the title, as they were gasped. Some people who were wondering if this was, you can say, rumors, came here to see this battle, but they were surprised to see that this was correct. And now we are going to start this duel. Are you ready, Lord Third? As Hiruzen simply nodded at that as he looked towards Naruto. Are you ready, Naruto Namikaze? As Naruto simply nodded at that as Kakashi said, alright. Begin, as he quickly jumped out of the way as a barrier team already had put on the barrier so that they can protect the civilians which were there, as all the shinobis were wondering how this battle is actually going to be. As Kakashi Sanchuin into, you can say, the Jonin box, as Asuma said, don't worry Kakashi, I don't think that this battle is going to long that loss, as my father is going to defeat him. As Kakashi simply shook his head. Well, if Lord Third were to underestimate Naruto, then this battle will definitely get way too much troublesome. Though, I wonder how this battle will actually go. As Asuma looked towards Kakashi, are you doubting the power of my father? I know that he has gotten old, but still, even I, as an elite Jonin, cannot even defeat him, Kakashi, and you know it. As Kakashi simply shook his head. Well, I'm not underestimating the power of Lord Third, but perhaps you're underestimating Naruto. Perhaps you've forgotten who he actually is. As Asuma simply shook his head. Well, I do know that he has the Knight's power as well as the rinnegan, but let's see. But he's seriously lacking in the experience department. As Kuro and I agree with that, yeah, Naruto may be strong and may have gotten you off guard, Kakashi, but still, he's not as strong as Lord Third. Even you could have defeated him with your full power, right? As Kakashi simply shook his head. Well, to be honest, I do not know. Let's see how this battle actually goes. As while on the other hand, Guy was, you can say, also watching the battle with, you can say, serious content, wondering about the flames of youth. And a single person was on a rooftop watching the battle. It was none other than Sasuke Uchiha, as he was wondering how this battle is actually going to be. Though secretly wishing that how Naruto is going to lose because he did not like Naruto whatsoever. After all the things which happened to him, he thinks that all the attention of the villagers, everything belongs to him. After all, he is an Uchiha elite and Naruto is getting most of the attention even though he is the son of fourth Hokage, but still Sasuke was an Uchiha. So Sasuke was really hating Naruto in the academy, wondering that why there was girls giving attention to him. Though Sasuke always liked to show that how, you can say, he do not like the attention of people, but secretly he enjoyed it at each and every moment of it. And he did not like when Naruto was getting the attention of many girls as well as the shinobis as well as civilians alike of Konoha. Sasuke was really angry at that as he clenched his face, wondering, though pretty confident that Lord Third is definitely going to win. So let us start our battle from here on. As Hiruzen looked towards Naruto as he said, alright Naruto-kun, I've already given you an opportunity, though I would like to give you one last chance, back off. As Naruto simply shook his head, you're getting stubborn here, Lord Third. Let us start this battle and get this over with. As Hiruzen simply shook his head, well, it will get over with. Alright Naruto-kun, let's begin this. As he dashes towards Naruto with incredible speed, as Naruto smirked at that, as Hiruzen was about to reach Naruto, but then suddenly Earth spike started to rose from the ground as Hiruzen's eyes widened as he quickly jumped out of the way. As he thought in his mind, he did not make any hand sign, but how? As he quickly landed to the ground. As then several Earth spikes started to rose once again, ready to stab him all over, as he was now using his monkey Taisho's style, jumping and leaping over all these spikes, and then quickly go through hand sign and said, fire style. Fire bomb, as he released a gigantic bomb of compressed fire, completely destroying the earth spike that was rose from the ground and rushing towards Naruto with incredible speed. As Naruto quickly made a single hand sign, and then you can say water rose, as making a, you can say, water wall in front of Naruto. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, how did he do that? As the both of the attacks simply cancelled each other out, as Hiruzen was looking all around, as steam was all over, and then a gust of wind rose from Naruto's side, rushing towards Hiruzen, as it was the, you can say, cutting wind of wave. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, as he quickly go through hands and Earth style mud wall, as the mud wall rose in front of Hiruzen, protecting him from the, you can say, cutting air which was ready to cut his flesh and all, as Hiruzen was looking towards Naruto in awe, as he did not even saw Naruto making any hand sign whatsoever, as then he quickly had to, you can say, leap under a kunai which was passing through his head, as Hiruzen only saw, you can say, when he passes through it as his eyes widened. That was the kunai of the teleportation technique of Minato, as he quickly, you can say, substitute it away with a, you can say, rock nearby, as Naruto slammed the Rasengan into it, completely obliterating it, as Hiruzen made some distance, as he said, pretty impressive, boy. Though I was wondering, it seemed that I have to use more of my power. Alright, get ready, Naruto-kun. As he quickly go through handside, Earth style, a dragon, as a dragon rolls and rushed towards Naruto, as Naruto only smirked at that, as then he quickly, you can say, made a single hand sign, and then, you can say, lightning came from the hands of Naruto, as Kakashi's eyes widened, wondering if this is the lightning of Chidori, but then it turned into purple lightning, and this, you can say, attack the Earth Dragon, completely obliterating the attack, as Hiruzen's eyes widened at that, as Hiruzen said, well, Naruto-kun, you are pretty powerful. Let's see if you can handle this. As he quickly goes through handside, fast style, fast stream, as he released a stream of fire rushing towards Naruto. As Naruto said, well, that is impressive. As he, you can say, slam his hand into the ground, and then a tsunami of water rose out of nowhere, completely, you can say, cancelling out the attack of Hiruzen. As Hiruzen made some distance, damn it, just it seems that his ninjutsu is pretty good. It seems that I have to up my game, as he made a single hand sign, and then several shadow clones appeared behind Hiruzen and then made some distance, and all of them started to go through hand sign. As Hiruzen said, alright, Naruto-kun, it seems that I have to end this battle as quick as possible, as he slammed his hand together, as then 5 dragon rose behind, you can say, Hiruzen. Water dragon, earth dragon, fire dragon, lightning dragon, as well as, you can say, the wind dragon. As Naruto only smirked at that, as Naruto quickly go through, it's as all the attack were rushing towards Naruto, as them, all of them simply slammed into him, while on the outside, as Jonin simply shook his head, as Asuma said, it seems that the battle is already over, Kakashi. I already told you, he may be strong, but he's nowhere near to the level of my father, as while on the other hand, Kakashi had activated his Sharingan, as he said, well, I wouldn't be so sure. Asuma, as Asuma said, what are you talking about, Kakashi? Didn't you see all those attacks hit Naruto? The battle is already over, Kakashi. As Kakashi simply shook his head, no, I don't think that. There is something which is blocking the view there. As Kurenai was also warning, as Guy, as Anko were also there. While on the other hand, other Jonins and Shinobis were wondering if the battle is already over. While on the other hand, civilian people were a bit depressed that their beloved, you can say, Naruto Namikaze, the son of their hero, was not able to win, as all the dust cleared, as you can say, Hiruzen was wondering if the battle is over, but then suddenly, you can say, their eyes widened when there was a dome of none other than wood dome surrounding Naruto all over, protecting him, though it was damaged because of the attacks, as Hiruzen eyes widened and he said, what? No, it is not possible. How do you have the wood style? As Naruto simply chuckled at that. And then it turned into full-blown laughter, as he said, well, Lord Third, not a crazy laugh, but still a laugh, as he said, perhaps you have underestimated me, Lord Third, perhaps, though I wonder why you were named as a professor, because of your knowledge, right, Lord Third? As now Hiruzen was looking towards Naruto, what are you getting at, Naruto? Just tell me, how do you possess the wood style, and why didn't you tell me about it? As Naruto said, well, a shinobi must keep his secret, you know that, right? And as for why do you have the wood style, then tell me, Lord Third, what is the wood style? As Hiruzen looked towards Naruto, and all the people were listening to this now, as Hiruzen said, well, it was a Kekkei, but it was known as a mutation because only one Senju was able to achieve it, none other than Lord First. As Naruto smiled at that, a Kekkei nonetheless. Then tell me, Lord Third, all the Kekkei, where does all this Kekkei, the chakra, came from? And who gave this power? As Hiruzen narrowed his eyes, as Naruto smirked, when now allow me to explain it even further, Lord Third. It was the Sage of Six Paths, and you know, the mother of all the Kekkei is none other than, as Naruto activated his rinnegan, as Hiruzen's eyes widened as he gathered 2 and 2 together, as Naruto smirked, by the look of your face, you can already tell what I am applying, don't you? I have the mother to all of the rinnegan. Sorry, to all of the Kekkei, which means that I have all the Kekkei guys. As not to slam his hand together, you can say. As then suddenly the earth, you can say, started to rose, and then forest started to appear as wood started to rush towards Hiruzen as Hiruzen's eyes widened as he started to leap around the area, while on the other hand Kakashi as well as all the Jonin eyes widened as they also realized what Naruto was implying. Since Naruto has the Rinnegan, which means that Naruto has all the Kekkei Genkais known to the world. As Hiruzen quickly go through Hansan and said fast strike, fast stream as he released a stream of fire along with his shadow clone completely burning the you can say small forest as Naruto smirking at that. You attack me with dragons, let's see if you can handle this as Naruto slammed his hand together and suddenly the crystal dragon rose behind Naruto as Hiruzen's eyes widened as a shadow appeared in front of him as Naruto smirked. Behold, the crystal style, Lord Third. Let's see if you can handle this as a dragon rushed towards Hiruzen. As Hiruzen gritted his teeth as he quickly go through hands and summoning jutsu. As the Enma appeared as Hiruzen transform into his staff as he slammed the staff into the dragon, breaking it apart. As Naruto smirked. Well, that was impressive, if I must say, Lord Third. As Hiruzen was now looking towards Naruto in awe, as Naruto said, well, I wonder if you can handle this now. As Naruto slammed his hands together once again, and then the ground started to, you can say, shake. As then, suddenly, a wood dragon rose from it, as a ice dragon, as a crystal dragon, as a lava dragon, and all these four dragons were now looking towards Hiruzen as Hiruzen gulped a little while outside all the Chunins, Shinobis, civilians, everyone was in awe as Danzo was now looking towards the scale as Naruto was standing on the you can say foot of as on the head of the wood dragon looking down upon Hiruzen as Hiruzen was in utter awe as he never expected this kind of challenge. Hell, he was being forced as to use more of his power as Naruto was looking towards Hiruzen as he said, well, Lord Third, you are saying that you are strong and I would be no challenge to you, but let's see how much strong you actually are. As Naruto smirked at Hiruzen and then made a you can say sign with his finger as a you can say crystal dragon rushed towards Hiruzen as well as the ice dragon, both of them were rushing towards Hiruzen as he quickly go through hand sign making several shadow clones as they all of them quickly go through hand sign as quick as possible as a water dragon as well as you can say a dragon and a lightning dragon rose as all of these three dragons rushed towards both of them and the attack was cancelled out, but still as Hiruzen wasn't flying because of the shockwave as the crystal dragon was still able to break through all of those attacks and almost slammed into Hiruzen who quickly jumped away but still slammed into the barrier pretty hard as Hiruzen was now looking towards Naruto as Naruto said, you decided to off my dragons, huh? Well, let's see if you can handle them now. As Naruto quickly jumped out of the you can say head of wood dragon as a wood dragon along with you can say the next dragon was what was the next dragon actually I said as Naruto's wood dragon and other dragon rushed towards Hiruzen as Hiruzen released all of his attacks of 5 elements like wood stream and water stream and those type of attack rushing towards the dragon as Hiruzen focused more of his you can say fire chakra towards the wood dragon, one knowing that it is the most dangerous of the attacks and if it were to hit him it will definitely cause way too much damage for his liking. So he had to get rid of it as quick as possible as Hiruzen was trying his best to push it as far as possible. But still, it was to no avail as the wood dragon was still able to pass through all of his attack and slam into Hiruzen as Hiruzen was sent flying into the barrier once again. But he was able to, you can say, bring out his staff in the nick of time, which was able to protect him a little bit, but still he was huffing and puffing a little as Naruto was now on the ground. As Hiruzen said, well kid, I must say that you're strong and currently you have been pushing me. It seemed that I was going way too easy on you. As Hiruzen simply shook his head. Alright, let's see how this battle which actually goes, Naruto-kun. So, are you ready? As Naruto only nodded at that, knowing that now the battle is going to get a bit intense. As Hiruzen nodded at that, and then he narrowed his eyes as a burst of chakra radiated from Hiruzen as he rushed towards Naruto with incredible speed. As Naruto's eyes widened, as he quickly teleported out of the way as Hiruzen was so fast as Naruto made some distance as Hiruzen smirked. I have already figured out your weakness, kid. As Naruto raised an eyebrow at that, I already know your weakness is your taijutsu. Isn't that right, Naruto-kun? As Naruto smiled at that, leave it to the professor to figure it out, huh? As Hiruzen simply nodded at that, as then Hiruzen looked towards Naruto. Tell me, Naruto, were you serious about that? You have all the KK Genkais, right? As Naruto smiled at Hiruzen, well, of course, you are the professor. You should have known that rinnegan is the mother to all of the KK Genkais known to the man. Swift release, crystal style, lava style, all those KK Genkai, even the wood style is just a KK Genkai. And even though it is a rare and may be considered as a mutation, but it is not because first Senju known to the world, known as Ashura Senju, also known as Ashura Utsuki, was did had the wood style. You may not have known it, but he was the first Senju, and Hashirama Senju just you can say was able to achieve it, but it does not matter. I have the purest form of all the KK Genkais. Even the Sharingan is just a KK Genkai, right? As Hiruzen eyes widen, knowing the implication of that, which means that Naruto has the abilities of the Sharingan, and who knows, even the Mangekyo Sharingan. As Naruto said, but of course, Lord Third, I do have the powers of the Mangekyo Sharingan. As Hiruzen's eyes widen, and knowing about the Mangekyo power, especially the legendary power of the, you can say, Madara Uchiha, and Naruto already possessing the wood style, which means that Naruto has both of their powers, and only at the age of 13 he has such control over both of those powers. As Naruto smirked, well, you may not know it, but all the Mangekyo Sharingans have different abilities like Amaterasu Flames, and those are, you can say, yeah, and especially that Genjutsu I heard so much about. Shisui's Genjutsu, right? Hiruzen's eyes widened. If Naruto had that, but how? It is not possible, as Naruto simply shook his head. Well, other Mangekyo Sharingans have only single abilities and only pair of abilities, while on the other hand, since I have the Rinnegan, I have all the abilities known to the Mangekyo Sharingan, especially that one. As then Hiruzen's eyes widened, and then his staff was moving on his own, a slam into his face, sending him flying. As Hiruzen said, "What?" Man, Enma, as Enma quickly transformed back, as he said, "I'm sorry, Hiruzen, it just, I don't know. It was like something was forcing me to do it." As Naruto smirked, "Well, I did touch your staff, Lord Third, so which means that I can control it through telepathy." As Hiruzen simply shook his head, "Well, just to be fair to you, Lord Third, I'm not going to use it, so bring it on." As Enma simply shook his head as he looked towards Naruto, "Well, Naruto-kun, I'm sorry that I have to fight you. I do remember when you were just a kid, I used to take care of you." As Naruto simply nodded at that, "Well, Lord Enma, it is just a bit unfortunate, but nothing is personal here." As Enma nodded at that, "Alright, Hiruzen, are you ready about it?" As Hiruzen simply nodded at that, as he said, "Sorry, Naruto-kun, but I have to end you now." As then suddenly, Hiruzen felt that whole world was shaking all over his place as the earth beneath him started to grumble as lava was beneath him. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, wondering what is going on here, if this is the ability of the Rinnegan, but he simply shook his head. No, it is a Genjutsu. As he released the Genjutsu, and then he was surprised to see that he and Naruto were standing in the same place in which they were standing in the start of this battle. As he simply shook his head, "No, it is not possible. I'm pretty sure that I was not in a Genjutsu of all of this battle." As he simply shook his head, as he said, "Release." As he released the second Genjutsu. As Naruto looked towards Hiruzen, a bit annoyed. So you were figured out. You were able to figure out my Genjutsu, huh? Though it could have been fun if you were to think that you were in a Genjutsu all of this time. As Hiruzen simply chuckled, as he said, "Well, I will give you credit for that, Naruto-kun. You're strong, but do not consider me a fool, because I was sure that I was in no Genjutsu when this battle first began. So let us get this over with." As Naruto simply nodded at that, as Hiruzen looked towards Naruto, as he said, "Alright, Enma, let's begin this." As Enma simply nodded as he quickly jumped into the hand of, you can say, Hiruzen, transforming into the staff. As Hiruzen said, "Alright, Naruto-kun, I was not hoping to use it, but you have finally pushed my hand. Thanks to your teleportation technique, I may not have been able to reach you, but let's see if you can handle my speed now." As Hiruzen made a single hand sign, as Naruto narrowed his eyes towards that hand sign, because he knows why that hand sign is actually used. As then Hiruzen said, "Release." As then his whole body started to glow, while on the other side, Danzo and all the elders were in utter awe, because it has been years since Hiruzen has sealed away most of his power, thinking that it was a time of peace and he do not need that amount of power. As then whole body of Hiruzen started to glow, and then it burst into chakra. On the other side, all the Jonin and Chunin were in utter awe, wondering that if their leader has got old, but the amount of chakra radiating from Hiruzen was monstrous. It was definitely high cage level chakra. As a matter of fact, Hiruzen was starting to look a bit younger. After all, Hiruzen and Danzo were of the same age, but Hiruzen looked so old, and it was in my story because he has sealed away some of his power, and now since he has released it, he has become a bit younger. As Danzo was wondering, as well, old friend, it seems that after all of this time, you have been forced to use your power. But I do wonder, have this battle really pushed you that far? Let's see what you actually possess, Hiruzen, and show them all that you are not as weak as everyone think of you. As Hiruzen chuckled at Naruto, well, sorry Naruto-kun, but perhaps this battle has really begun now, as Naruto narrows his eyes towards Hiruzen, wondering what this old man is playing at, but then he blurred out of the eyes of Naruto, as suddenly Naruto's eyes widened, as he barely was able to, you can say, teleport out of the way, as when Hiruzen slammed his face into the ground where Naruto was previously standing, it would have shattered his whole bone structure if it would have hit to his, you can say, shoulder, and the amount of force made a small crater there as Kakashi and all the Jonin eyes widened when Hiruzen slammed his face, you can say, slam his foot into the ground. That would have definitely break through Naruto's whole bone structure and completely destroyed him. As Naruto teleported away, as he looked towards Hiruzen. So you are trying to kill me now, huh, Hiruzen? As Hiruzen simply chuckled, well boy, pardon me, but after releasing so much of my power, I got a bit, you can say, carried away. But don't worry about it. I will try to hold back. After all, you are just a kid, right? As Naruto simply chuckled, so your overconfident side is just showing off now, Lord Third, well, let's say you can handle this now. But then Hiruzen blurred out of the way of Naruto as Naruto gritted his teeth. He is not able to follow the speed, but how? He has the rinnegan. He should easily be able to follow it. What is going on here? As he quickly teleported out of the way, as he was teleporting all over the place, but Hiruzen was not letting on. As finally, it connected as Naruto met with a devastated kick to his torso, sending him flying into the barrier. As it almost shattered the barrier, several cracks were arrived there. As Naruto barely was able to stand after that, as Hiruzen chuckled, well, you may have extraordinary abilities in the ninjutsu as well as the genjutsu, and even in kenjutsu, I know about it, but still, you are lacking in taijutsu. Though I will not blame you, Naruto-kun. You are just a kid. And even if you have to push your body to your limit, you only would have been able to reach only a low jonin at maximum, even with your Uzumaki heritage. And Naruto simply chuckled at that. Well, perhaps you've forgotten, old man, that thanks to being an Uzumaki as well as my talent, I can heal. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, as he got a bit carried away, he should have ended the battle right then and there. As he blurred out of sight once again, ready to slam his, you can say, attack towards Naruto, ready to end this battle. But it was already too late. As Naruto said, I have already predicted your attack, Lord Third. It is already too late. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, as Naruto put a hand towards him, Shinra Tensei. As Hiruzen met with a blinding force, slamming him into the barrier, making a large cracks into the barrier on the opposite side. As Hiruzen grumbled at that, as he, you can say, put himself together. Well, you forced me to attack you directly, didn't you? As Naruto simply chuckled, someone who is known as a professor should have known it by now, wouldn't you agree, Lord Third? As Hiruzen smirked, alright Naruto-kun, let's see how much stronger you have gotten in all of this time. Alright Enma, let's begin this. As Hiruzen threw his staff into the air, and that was a mistake as Enma transformed into his perfect form, and then it started to grow and grow as it became the same size that of Gamabunta. As most of the people were surprised, thinking that the monkey summon was weak because other summons like, you can say, toads, snakes and slug have greater size, but they were surprised. They did not know that Enma could grow inside. Even Donzo was taken aback from that. As then Enma said, alright Hiruzen, are you sure about it? As Hiruzen nodded, alright, I'm sorry Naruto-kun, but it has to be done. As you quickly go through handstand, as Hiruzen was also going through handstand, as both of them said, alright, destructive. As he said, destructive flame attack, as he released a gigantic bomb of flame rushing towards Naruto, as this flame transformed into white flame rushing towards him. As Naruto looked towards the attack, as it slammed into the ground, making a large crater into it. As Hiruzen was puffing a little, as he released almost, you can say, quarter of his chakra into that attack, as he looked towards the you can say place as the body of Naruto completely was evaporated as there were shocks and gasps could be heard. As Hiruzen sighed, well, sorry Naruto-kun, I'm sorry Minato, I have to do this. As then, he said, Kakashi, if you may, but before he could complete his sentence, as Naruto arrived, well, Lord Third, that was truly a great attack, if I must say. But you should focus a bit on your aim. As Hiruzen eyes widened at that, as he said, what? It's not possible. I'm sure that I attack you. But how did you dodge the attack, Naruto? As Naruto simply smirked, you lost contact with your Enma summon. Do not try to make me a fool, Lord Head. I know that why did you summon Enma? As Hiruzen eyes widened, yes, he summoned Enma because he knew about the abilities of the Sharingan and the Mangekyo Sharingan Genjutsu, and Naruto having the rinnegan, his Genjutsu will be even stronger. So he summoned Enma so that if he were to be put in a Genjutsu, Enma could easily release him from that. And when he threw Enma into the, you can say, air so that he can transform, Naruto must have put him in a Genjutsu and as well as Enma into the Genjutsu. After all, both of them were helping each other dispelling Genjutsus. So he must have put him in a Genjutsu and allowed him to throw the attack in the opposite direction. As he saw that, the creator simply vanished as the attack clearly hit the barrier on the opposite side. As while on the outside, Kuronai was wondering, hey, what happened? Why did Lord Third throw the attack in the opposite direction? He could have easily entered the battle with such kind of power. As Kakashi simply shook his head. You did not notice, didn't you, Kuronai? Lord Third did not attack in the opposite direction. Naruto must have forced him. As Kuronai said, what do you mean by that? As well as Asuma was also confused. Long ago, his, you can say, Kikide was on the ground. As Kakashi said, well, Lord Third summoned Enma because he was having trouble. As Naruto having the rinnegan was able to put him in a Genjutsu pretty easily, so he summoned Enma so that both of them could help each other dispelling the Genjutsu. But since Naruto, when he threw Enma into the air, Naruto must have put both of them in a Genjutsu, releasing their attack in the opposite direction, thinking that they are aiming him. As there could be gasp could be heard, as Lord Third was fooled like that, and they were pretty amazed by the power of this kid. As all the shinobis were in utter awe, who were able to realize what actually happened, as Kakashi was really impressed with the, you can say, Genjutsu skills of Naruto, wondering if Naruto is on the level of someone he knew in the past, known by the name of Itachi Uchiha. While on the other hand, all the shinobis were praising, as well as civilians were in utter awe, but it was to be expected from the son of their greatest hero, the legendary Yellow Flash, the fourth Hokage, and Naruto is known by the name of Naruto Namikaze, the holder of the rinnegan. But they have yet to see the abilities the rinnegan possessed, but no one was underestimating third Hokage. After all, they saw the enormous speed as well as the skills showed by third Hokage, so they were really impressed by that as well. While on the other hand, Sasuke was gritting his teeth beyond, you can say, unconsciously. He was able to even activate his one Tomoe Sharingan, which he activated after the end of the Uchiha massacre, but still was never able to activate it again. But because of the anger and rage boiling inside of him, how could this even be possible? Naruto, though, was the son of fourth Hokage, but Sasuke never considered him to be his equal or anything comparable to him. After all, he was an Uchiha elite, and now seeing that Naruto, same age as him, is keeping up with Hokage nonetheless, the person, though Sasuke for a moment underestimated Hokage, but the speed, not even his Sharingan, or he was hoping to, you can say, copy when he activated his Sharingan. He was surprised, so he hoped that he would be able to copy some techniques, but the speed at which Hiruzen was going through hand sign and Naruto, nonetheless, none hand signs were making it a lot difficult, as he was able to copy none and were able to follow nothing, as he was angry beyond any belief, wondering what he was actually doing in the village. Naruto, by remaining in the same village, surpassed him by leagues, keeping up with someone like Hokage, defeated Kakashi, who is said to be their sensei. How could Sasuke become strong if nobody like Naruto, and what was those eyes, those pathetic eyes comparable to Sharingan, was able to do something like this? Then he is an Uchiha elite. He should be far stronger than Naruto by now, but what is holding him back? And those were the thoughts of Sasuke beyond angry. While on the other hand, Hiruzen was now huffing and puffing as he said, damn it. So Naruto, that was really impressive, but I have to end this battle now. It has gone way too long. As Naruto said, agree on that. Let's see if you can handle this. As he slammed his hand into the ground, and then the earth, you can say, The ground started to grumble, and then wood vine started to rose up in from the ground, ready to capture Hiruzen. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, knowing that if those, you can say, branches were to touch him, they will absorb his remaining chakra and he will lose from it. As Hiruzen simply shook his head, he did not want to do this. All he could do, he has already tried. Genjutsu was useless against Naruto's eyes. Taijutsu was out of option because of Naruto's speed and dodging all of his attacks and making ninjutsu difficult. And on the other hand, ninjutsu, though Hiruzen always prided himself because of his ninjutsu, though even stronger than most of the, you can say, Sharingan users, because he knew all the, you can say, jutsus known to the Konoha, as well as created many of his own jutsus, but still someone surpasses him on the ninjutsu side, though made him a bit angry but still pretty proud, or wondering if he's actually going to lose or Naruto is going to win this battle and lead this village to greatness in the future. As he simply shook his head. Well, Naruto-kun, I do not want you to do this, but it seemed that I have to do it now. As he was already dodging several leaves who were trying to capture him, try to absorb his chakra, as Hiruzen quickly jumped into the air, as he was already going through hand sign, as he slammed his hand together, as everyone felt the urge of chakra, as Hiruzen was putting all of his chakra into a single point. As Danzo's as well as Elder's eyes widened, they remembered that technique which Hiruzen is going to perform. That technique was a forbidden one, double S rank jutsu, created by Hiruzen himself. But he thought that that technique was way too difficult, or rather dangerous, when he killed off several of his own companions in the same, you can say, battle, when he first unleashed that technique and injured himself a lot. So he created that technique and put it as double S rank jutsu, not wanting to use it ever again. Hell, he did not even put it in the scroll of sealing, thinking that this technique was way too dangerous in the hands of someone like Orochimaru. Though Ranzo was against it all around because he wanted Hiruzen to put it at least in the scroll of sealing, or gave him. But still, he never did so, as Danzo was surprised. Hiruzen has really pushed to that limit to use that technique now, as Hiruzen jumped into the air, as he was already gathering chakra, as Sasuke as well as Kakashi were seeing with their Sharingan the amount of chakra as well as concentration which it was putting on, though none of them could be able to copy that technique, knowing the chakra usage, as well as they never saw the hand sign. While on the other hand, Naruto was pretty intrigued by this technique, wanted to know what type of technique is this. As then, Hiruzen said, "Alright, Naruto-kun, I do not want you to do this, but it ends here. Alright, Omega Blast," as he slammed his hand together, and then finally it started to gather, as a yellowish energy started to gather inside of it, as a heat started to radiate from it, as all the leaves which were near Hiruzen burnt, which were trying to capture him burnt into nothingness, into ashes, as Hiruzen's hand was now, you can say, a chakra shield was all around Hiruzen's body, while on the other hand, the blast started to get larger and larger, as it became a size of a, you can say, half of the size of the Omega Rasengan. If you have seen that, you know the technique which Jiraiya used against Pains, the big Rasengan, yeah, that have half of that size, as it was like a mini sun, as the heat which was radiating from that attack literally utterly shocked those of the people who were outside of the barrier, could already feel the heat, and the whole forest which Naruto created thanks to its wood style was already burned off. As Naruto's eyes widen, he sees the amount of power that is in there, but it was not burning Hiruzen thanks to his chakra shield. Is as Hiruzen said, "It's over, Naruto-kun. You lost." As he threw the ball towards Naruto, as mega, you can say, speed as well as the heat which was radiating from it, as it made contact with the ground. While on the other hand, Naruto was looking towards the attack impassively, while Kakashi was panicking, as well as other shinobis wondering what is going to happen if this blast is actually going to kill Naruto, because they already feel that there is no way Naruto could escape because of the barrier, and outside of the barrier they could feel the effect of the attack, as then the attack really slammed into the area which Naruto was standing off, and boom, as the, you can say, a lava as well as a blast happened with such a radiation. Even Hiruzen was slammed into the barrier, and he already created water dome around him so that he can be safe from the heat effects, while on the other hand, all the stadium in which they were fighting was turned into, you can say, a large crater. Nothing was in there, as Hiruzen simply shook his head, a bit sad that he had to kill off the son of his successor. If Naruto were to wait for some years, he could have definitely become Hokage, But no, he had to push it way too fast as he was about to call off the barrier, but then suddenly a yellow, you can say, a silver aura burst from the area where the blast previously hit, and the creator was formed as everyone eyes widened in utter shock and utter horror, standing as a shadow covered the whole leaf village. And Hirozen only, as you can say, wide open mouth as he was looking towards the gigantic figure in front of him. But guys, here I will have this part. Hope you guys enjoy it. For the next part, you guys already know the like goal, which is going to be 300 likes and 200, you can say, comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part as quick as possible. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed, and please like, subscribe and subscribe. And yeah guys, peace.